from the deck of the HMS garage. No, what we did actually do is we made the Ben fan.
Good morning and welcome, guys, and thank you so much for your patience in waiting for the next film that has taken so long. Right now, it's actually gone quiet, but if you hear any banging or drilling or anything like that, we have a ton of work going on at the house right now, walls being knocked out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm actually in the backyard, which is where I'm doing most of my living right now with Christy, and there's stuff everywhere. But it's interesting and character building and makes me really appreciate the space that we usually do have. So, this film is a little bit bitty. There are points when I just want to get on with the truck and I don't want to film. And obviously in hindsight, when I've done it, I regret it. So we got a few things done and didn't film them, but you'll get the basic gist and idea of what's gone on. So, let's roll the film. This first clip has terrible sound, but it's a big thank you to an awesome guy who bought me an amazing gift.
And one thing I'd like to say is thank you so much to Ben, who's a viewer, who popped down on Friday night and said he had a shop fan for me, because I think he felt sorry for me because my fan up there is so small and it's so bloody hot. So he came down, brought me down this fan. What a rock star of a guy. I went down to Bob's, the hot rod show around the corner from my house, and hung out. Super cool guy. He's an active military member and he's going to be deployed soon for a year over in Turkey. So thank you for your service and thank you so much for this. It's going to keep me a lot cooler. So let's see what we've been up to. The Ben fan's huge. It's like there's an aeroplane next to me the entire time. I'm very cool, but it's very windy. Thanks, Ben. Okay, still needs all cleaning up, but one thing I needed to do was finish this bottom sill filler plate. So basically that, where's my finger? There we go. That is actually a cross member that came off the Explorer, and I wanted plenty of ventilation and drainage. So what I did was, this is super thick metal, so I did pieces of it, 4 of them along the sill, and then in between that is I think 14 gauge, so that's fairly thick as well, but all welded in and done and sealed. So that's going to get painted and bed linered. So now, because I've got this issue when I put a live to the battery, the lights go on when the actual headlight switch is installed, and I didn't want to keep this forever, so I went and got another wiring loom. So we're now starting to pull it all out, and it's all super easy. Everything's all around the top, apart from the one wire which goes to the starter, which runs along the bottom, which obviously is covered in oil leaks and all that kind of crap. So we're pulling that out now, and we'll start putting the other one in. This is the old loom with my dodgy repair there that was 95% right, but 95% doesn't work well in an electrical situation. Another non-sexy item ticked off. So I split these two. That one was good from the original truck, and then that one had melted because it had been on fire. This is the washer fluid, and this is the radiator coolant overflow. And basically, Crown Vic wiper linkage bent up to make a bottom mount down there off the front panel, and then just some flat stock up there. So I mean, it's mounted on one side on both ends, but this is just an overflow, so it shouldn't get too full. And I think the height's fine because it's vacuum based and it's empties and fills from the bottom. So I think that should be good. So let's start playing with lights. One thing I forgot to say is that the donor harness is now fully in and fitted. So that was where I'd repaired the old one that had sat on fire. This one is all good. All I've got to do is extend these two to come onto the level sensor and the wiper motor, washer motor, and then that will all be 100% working. So yeah, lights now. And while we're under here fiddling with lights and all that dangly stuff down there, I think there may not have been quite enough clearance for that top ball joint. Trimmage, I think. Definite progress, a lot of figuring out. So we've run a new hole there, and I'm going to grommet that. So that is the headlights, and that is the side lights. that's all hooked up to that, which is all good. Now we're dealing with side lights and indicators, flashers. Gonna get some of those trailer doohickeys to sit up there, the round ones, because I've got 2 sets with the Explorer. It had 2 sets of sides and flashers, whereas with the Mountaineer it only had 1. So I'm going to put 1 up on the fender and 1 down there, and this is where it gets a little crusty. So I'll pull this lamp to pieces, and as you can see, that's the the bottom base, and this is the lamp unit itself. You'll see the state of it. That's why I always tend to bond that in. Then we've got good grounds and we have good everything. So yeah, so chop that, put it in there. There's nothing to weld to, so I think what I'll do is I'll sandwich a piece of metal in there, big washers, and bolt it through so it's still, you know, all secure. Give that all a clean up, and then we're going to be running orange bulbs so that super faded lens won't matter. It'll be a masterpiece. Here's my first Budge-tastic indicator. Not that one. This one. So everything's rusted, completely rusted out. So I've got an LED trailer flasher. I had to put a resistor in the circuit because it's probably going to flash double time because it's LED. And just trying to make stuff. This was all these rivets were rusted out, so I put bolts in there. Kind of hacked the back and wedged it in. That's focusing right. And then all this bottom part is all rusted as well. So just cut out a big plate. I'm going to use that as like a type of washer, and then bolt it back in. There we go, one down. So you see inside, all glass on the front, new inside, and the ground is based back into this wiring loom. It's not going to be bloody grounded here or anything where it doesn't work. So yay, one down, one to go. Right now, as awesome as she looks with her new blue eyes, check it out. She's completely beached outside because the interior wiring harness is here. Now originally I was going to try and, you know, keep it, just not chop it up at all. I thought I'd be able to hide the wires, but I don't know, I just want to thin it out. So that's front door, that's going to go. That seat, that's going to stay. So this is where the back of the cab is, and then this goes down to the passenger rear lights. So we've got some rear door, that's going to go. Other rear door, that's going to go. Front door, that's all going to go. This is to seat, and that goes through the floor to whatever, I don't even know. Then this is all kind of interior rear lights, trunk locks and all that kind of stuff. That's going to go. All this magic here, which I'm pretty sure is all the PAT stuff, I need to locate that further forward to kind of that junction area, which brings it inside the cab. We'll see if we can do that. If it's too complicated or too much work to do that, I'll build a box underneath the actual bed floor, and as long as I can get those there, we'll be good to go. And then that's the driver's side rear lamps. So yeah, hopefully in a little bit that will be a lot thinner. Hood latch is all done, need a spring, but she's all held down and all that good stuff. And now we have a filler, yay! So we have, go around here, we have original Explorer Mountaineer filler hose to original Mountaineer filler tube, shortened, that's welded, but I put a skim of JB weld around it as well, just in case there was a pinhole. So chopped and shortened up to there, Mountaineer filler chopped off, and the original truck filler from down there welded on top, and then just a tube mount to the side. Super sturdy. This is the return breather thing, I think, whatever. I'm just going to get some rubber tube to join those two up. That's pretty good. I'm going to play with the bed wiring, as in the light rear lights, and the bed itself now. Starting to mess around with lights and wiring and stuff, and I've got nothing out the back end. So that is an epoxy situation where the Explorer bulb is in that old holder, and then this one is just a 2-wire wire, and even I can do that. So that's what they look like on both sides. Now, so I'm lacking running lights at the back. I found a 15 amp fuse in there that was blown, so that's been changed. And fuse number 23, I've got no indicators either. Fuse number 23 is for the indicators. And fuse number 23 is completely missing, and if you can see, that upper hole has no kind of socket in it. There's nothing for the fuse to push into. So I'm going to have to whip this back off and look at the back of it and see what the situation is. I'm just wondering when this was on fire, the original vehicle, the Mountaineer, but for some reason that got pulled and it had melted or blah 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 blah. So we shall see. This was going to be a super triumphant film about how I put a cheap little ammo box in here for the electrics until damn it, God. And here we go, here's the triumphant shot. So, quality Harbour Freight ammo box, something box, screwed to this cross member. It's got all the relays in it that were mounted up here, and 4 holes in the bottom just in case it gets wet, but don't think it will. Job done, ready for the floor.
Now, a version of the bed is actually on. It's the old wood and it's warped and it looks terrible, but I had to get some new tyres for the XR, so it had to go on. But I can't film it for you because I've lost my keys in the pile of everything that's everywhere, and I can't get in the garage right now. So just a touch stressful this morning. Exciting but stressful because Betty has been forced into action. My wife's out today, so I can't use Mercedes. And I bought this Volvo that I'm gonna, hopefully quick flip. So Betty has got to get me up to my friend's house. Game on. Okay, so wheels have been checked, brake lights work. I'll be coming back before it gets dark. As you can see, the interior is less than finished, or completely half-assed, as you could say. So first of all, we have to go and get gas. So wallet's got, kitchen roll, AAA card. Game on. Okay, so gas first. Okay, second gear. So it's a positive. Not really tested how noisy she is out on the open road, really, so we shall see. Morning. Don't want to be breaking any speed records or anything. Gas, I don't trust the gas gauge, I really don't, because I've put bits of fuel in it, but I'm pretty sure it's not 3/4 of a tank. I forgot that door wouldn't close when I first got the truck, and now it will, but I'm hoping it's not going to pop open. Oh Jesus. Okay, main road, so I'm going to start filming. And that's it. I have been using Betty. She's been going great, reliably, awesome. Still needs some finishing, bedsides, running boards, wheels obviously, interior, all that kind of good stuff, just the small stuff. Still don't have indicators. I'm on hand signals driving around, which is fun. So next time, she should be a way more complete truck, and hopefully the video won't take quite so long. Thanks for watching, thank you for your patience, and see you next time.